Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
You coming in to eat?
Yeah, but we want to take out. You guys don't do takeout?
We do, but we're trying to save the restaurant right now.
Oh.
I'm not sure if you follow us on social media, but we had a slow summer. We fell a little behind in November. And right now we're just trying. We brought in a food consultant. Come on in out the cold. Yes, ma'am.
We need our vegan food. Where's Chef?
I'm the chef. I am the chef. I'm actually doing a video right now to kind of like put it out there. We're trying to save it.
Oh, okay.
We built this restaurant with no loans, none. We did a full build out, and it's been hard.
We're not gonna be on the video,
She is the bougie kid gonna be in there. God wanted you to be on this video. That's why you came while we were shooting. And you said, we need our vegan food. That was yes. It's unscripted in here, my love.
Oh God.
All this is God's work. But we didn't have a cushion, so when we fell behind, we just trying to come up. We're trying to re-strategize. We brought in a food restaurant consultant who's helping us, one, drop our prices so that we can have more return customers and give us more sustainable solutions so that we're here for the long haul.
For branding, right.
But we got to take a step back and properly position ourselves to win. Because if we would have just kept on opening doors, I'm cooking because we're a family-owned business.
Right.
I'm cooking, he doing that. If we're serving, we can't.
Right.
We can't do it. So bringing in the professionals, asking for the help from our community so they know, hey, when we open these doors back up, we need y'all.
Right.
So that's where we are. Because we need y'all. This bougie vegan, thank you.
Yeah, like I didn't know.
Rent
We
the space.
literally, he was like, "Babe, where can we get some vegan food nearby?" I was like, "I don't know."
I meal
Google
prep,
Maps.
yes. Meal prep, parties. We have areas for private parties, birthday parties.
Nice.
You gotta, yes.
It's beautiful.
Thank you,
Well, we're
thank you.
looking forward to you guys being coming back.
We'll be open Friday.
Okay.
We'll be open Saturday morning. We have a wedding that night, but we'll be open Friday. We'll be open Saturday night, and we'll be open Sunday. We gonna do what we have to do to save this restaurant. Just know that's our promise to you. So if you come in the doors locked, we did our part. We did our, and even if these doors are locked, the Bougie Southern or not, we just gonna find another location and build.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, and what's your name?
Tara.
Tara. Nice
Yes.
to meet you.
Let me follow you guys on social media.
Yeah.
What's your
Found
Instagram?
you.
the_bougie_southerner.
Yeah.
Yes, you bougie. I knew it. I knew it when you walked in the door. You was bougie. I know a bougie kid when I see a bougie kid.
Just follow
Oh,
them.
it's so beautiful.
Thank you.
I wish we could stay and eat, but I gotta go back to work.
Okay. Okay. Well, so Friday.
So this is
Oh,
not
so
really
y'all not
like
open?
We're not open today.
Oh, okay.
We'll be open Friday and we'll
Okay,
be open
Friday.
So
Saturday.
it's a place where it's only dining, or can you just pick up?
You can pick up and dine in.
Oh, okay,
And you can go to the website and order. The website will be open. So if you go to the bougiesoutherner.com,
Right.
you can order right there. So you won't
Okay.
get those Uber Eat fees and
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to check it out then.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I pick y'all up Friday, we kick
I
up
thought we
right
were
here.
just walking into just like a spot to just pick up some food real grass.
No, we dine in and
didn't
take
realize.
out. Yes, we
Yeah,
want to
it's a big deal.
create. Most vegan restaurants don't have an ambiance for when we're trying to show our family.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
about to
it's
say
a
that.
Yes,
very nice ambiance.
yes. The
Very.
goal is to give them an experience, and my food is vegan food that look and taste like what you remember.
Girl, you got my mouth watering.
Mine too, cause I got stank. boy.
Friday, what time y'all open?
11.
11?
11 to 8:30 p.m.
Okay.
Yep.
So, yeah,
We'll
come
see
back
you Friday.
Yeah,
Thank
see us
you.
Friday.
Thank you so much. All right, bougie kid, I'll see you Friday. Okay?
Bye-bye.
Okay, y'all take care.
You too.
You got the menus on here?
Yes.
Okay.
BougieSouthern.com. All the menus are on there.
Okay. All right, thanks.
And we got bougie cake that's so vegan cake that's so good.
Oh,
Yes.
Cool. Can I have you say your name and where we are again one more time?
My name is Tara Gilbert-Ross. We are located at the Boujee Southerner Eatery and Selfie Museum, located at 706 Grayson Highway, Lawrenceville, Georgia.
And what would you say is your current state of business?
Right now, we're forced with immediate closure. That may be what we're seeing, but as far as what I feel, the number of people who have been coming through the doors, the support, I feel like we've become a community asset, a community staple, and that everything that we sought out to do, teaching people how to eat better, teaching people how to have intentional mental health conversations, providing a stage where our local talents can perform, and just providing a safe place for people to come and regroup and eat vegan food and learn how to cook vegan food, I would say we're doing well.
And what do you need from your community right now to get you out of the current state that you're in?
What I need from my community, one, I want to thank my community for giving me the confidence to even feel that this can even work. Your continued support, your continued recommendation, your continued love has brought us thus far. As we approach the 14-month mark, we just need a little bit of help. After a slow summer, we have exhausted our funds, and we need to be able to reposition ourselves so that we can restructure ourselves for the long-term stability of a vegan restaurant. So we brought in a restaurant consultant, we're working with other marketing people, and we're just making policies and practices as far as incorporating more catering and food prep. So we're doing the work to sustain, and we need your support. So during this dry time that we can make the transition here. You might want to tell grandma to stop beating on with it. She beating on nuts. I know that's what she's doing because she like to hand beat her instead of putting them in a little blender. She beat the pecans.
That's showing what's going on here.
Yeah. Yes, mommy bakes the cakes. I do the cooking classes. I do the cooking, and husband takes care of the logistical part, bringing things in and taking care of overhead and maintenance. It's a family-owned business. There has never been any surplus. We built this restaurant with the money that we had and the support of family members. Yeah.
And what made you open a vegan restaurant, or what inspired that?
So I am a cancer survivor, and I had a blood cancer, lymphoma, and I was forced to go vegan, but I understood that it was super hard to do because I've never in my life drank or smoked or used any drugs. My comfort has always come from food, and the food that I was accustomed to, that my comfort was attached to, were some of the main things that my oncologist said I should not partake in. So when I was praying for God and he gave me this new vision, I wanted to ensure that we created a bridge for people to see that they can enjoy the comforts of their food veganized. So my whole mission and intentions were to take our classics, our favorites, and veganize them so that the transition will be easier for other people looking to go plant-based.
How long did it take y'all to build this process? How long did the restaurant building process take? And what did it look like?
As soon as I knew that we were going to open a vegan restaurant, I went to culinary school to learn to professionally, classically learn how to cook plant-based foods. So I actually started that during the pandemic, about the end of 2020. And we created the LLC, and we formatted the LLC in 2022. we moved down here and we were doing a complete build out from 2021 into 2022 when we opened in November 2022.
And what was that experience like, the whole build out? Did you have contractors, or was it?
We did. It was extremely hard. We were initially not supposed to be in this space. We were supposed to be in a space across from us that's next to the now dialysis place, but the dialysis clinic became the anchor business. So I would go out there every morning and I would pray in front of the space. And while I was praying in front of the space, the church was being renewed. A contractor came out and he said, I think some other people are gonna get this space because I've seen other people looking. And I said, no, I'm praying for this space. And he introduced himself as a contractor. And that's how we found our initial contractor, with me out there praying in front of the space. Once they decided that a restaurant would not go wall to wall with the dialysis clinic, the landlord offered us this space, which was one building. It was one restaurant. And we knew we couldn't afford to pick up the whole building. It was $18,000 for the whole building. But we submitted our business plan, our desire, and he agreed, since he could not find someone to rent the whole space, that they would do a demising wall and make it 2 spaces. So it was because this was not a second generation kitchen, we had to put a grease trap with a 50-foot run to get the plumbing here. We had to separate plumbing, electrical, duct work, everything had to be redone. It was very expensive, but we came here every day and we worked to build this. We painted all the walls. Everything that we could individually do, we did. We painted every wall, we hung. We worked at warehouses at night to get the money to put chandeliers up, and we diligently built, and we prayed, and we built, and we prayed until it came to fruition, until we were going through the inspections. At the end, when we ran short on fundings, we went back to our family. We said, hey, we got the construction work, but now we need restaurant equipment, we need chairs, we need this and that. And our family immediately jumped in and provided support. Every family sent a donation towards the building of this business.
So a lot of people behind y'all, backing
A
y'all.
lot of people. We put equipment on Amazon. We made a wish list on Amazon, and we literally had people purchase our whole Amazon list. We had, again, family members every family sending money and well wishes. And we had my brother-in-law would come and pray over the space to ensure that we were building on solid ground. And we did the work. We got on our knees and prayed, and then we got up and worked. But it was not easy, and it required a lot of physical, mental, you name it, it required it.
And what would you say has been the best part of your journey so far in this?
It's twofold. The best feeling I ever had is when I first started teaching my preteens how to cook vegan food. I knew that was my purpose. I knew that our preteens were going to be the future of veganism, and their passion to learn, and their parents returning and saying, he's been cooking vegan food for the whole family for the last week, and he's going to cook a whole vegan meal for Thanksgiving. That gave me the biggest gratification, because I knew that what God planted in me, it had already expanded, because from a seed, much can grow. And I had planted enough seeds to grow. So that was the biggest gratification. The second part of it is just seeing people coming here that have never tried vegan food, and they sit here and they're taken away. They may have just come to eat lunch, and they'll sit here for hours just enjoying the ambiance and enjoying the intentional relaxation that we have created to ensure that people are working on them, not just mentally and physically. And to see that come every day, to get the feedbacks, to get the reviews and the heartfelt thank yous. It's just like you're working in your purpose and you're showing God worthy. Remove me from the equation. I'm just a vessel he chose to use, but he was deemed mighty and grand when what he entrusted me with comes to fruition, when what he entrusted me with is working. That is the biggest thing that I think I am blessed to have encountered. Yeah, showing God worthy. That's all I want to do. Show him worthy. We were created. When people say, how can you believe in something that you've never saw? I said, because I may not see God physically, but I feel him. I feel him in the wind. I see him in the eyes when I look in people's souls. I feel his touch when people touch me to pray. We are his representation here on earth. We are the vessels that carry on his word. It's buried in our souls and we carry it on every day. So when we work in our obedience, we prove that he is real. We prove that he is bigger and he's everywhere. Because if he's in all of us, he is everywhere. Because everyone who trusts and believes in him, he's in us. So if he's in me and I'm here, he's here. So, yeah.
And what would you say has been the biggest challenge of this whole process?
Being a first generation entrepreneur. There's so many things that we don't know, and we finding out trial and error. If I had my wish, I would pray that there were non-for-profit organizations where legal, either commercial realtors and lawyers would just take the time out to review leases for first-time business openers so that they can really explain it to them so they don't sign leases that could be detrimental to the success of their business. When you are an entrepreneur, you have a desire. You've identified a need in your community that you have the gift to help fix. So you present your thing. You present and you try to learn as much as you can about your art, about what you do well. But there's so much to business. There's so much to business. It's much more than what you're good at. It's so much more than I know how to cook. Because just because I know how to cook, I still need to know the laws on labor laws. I still need to know food laws. I still need to know health inspection laws. I still need to know, how to read a lease so that I'm not working for the landlord. There's so many other entities. And as a first generational entrepreneur, we tend to learn those lessons the hard way. So I feel like as I grow in this, I'm going to advocate because I don't feel like you should be in the world and not take care of the world. Like you should do your part. So now that I've identified some things, I'm going to make sure that I do my part to advocate, to try to make sure that we're bridging those gaps, because as our children move to be entrepreneurs, they need this information. They need to know, hey, have this lease review. That's the most important thing you can do if you're going to go to a brick and mortar. If you're not, make sure your business is legally structured. What does that look like? Well, if it's two of you, it's a partnership. If it's one of you, it's a sole proprietor or a LLC. But they need to know those things so that they have a fair start at a race that we just started running. Entrepreneurship, it's relatively new in our communities. I mean, we've had people that went and did it, hit and miss here and there. But the world that we live in now, our children, if you talk to your kids, they're being taught that they need to be entrepreneurs. We're teaching them they need to be entrepreneurs. You don't want to work 9 to 5s, but we're not teaching them how to be successful, sustainable entrepreneurs. So we have to go back, regroup. Hey, don't give our children this until we are able to make sure that our children have access to the information they need. So That's the hardest thing, that learning. I mean, I served in the military. I worked for civil service. Before we moved here, my husband and I, we either personally funded or helped build over 20 businesses in North Carolina. Over 20. And that's either paying a bill for it out of our bank account or going there and decorating it and setting up the LLCs for people. Over 20 in North Carolina. So you shouldn't be in the community if you're not going to be of the community. So
Absolutely. And what are your dreams and aspirations for the Boujee Southern past its current state?
to create a structure, a model where we celebrate, we acknowledge and we celebrate the African American culture and its contributions to Southern living. That is what this restaurant was created to do, to provide this restaurant in areas where people can learn to eat vegan food and learn to cook vegan food. Not just here, but every area where there is a family with a passion to teach and provide food. To if people have aspirations of opening a food truck, that they're able to not only open a food truck, but also train people how to take their food truck out and train people how to cook vegan food, making their food truck have two. So when sales are low, you're training. When training is low, you're selling food. But ultimately, getting us off the dependency of animals, living and allowing to live. And just to represent us in an environment where we're not plagued with the things that have plagued our community for so long, alcohol, abuse. I was told in the beginning this restaurant wouldn't make it without alcohol. And here we are. I'm here making this video because we running low, but I believe in God. God didn't show me alcohol. God said, teach my people how to live and eat better. That don't include alcohol. So if anything, I want to open a fresh juicer, but I believe and I trust the word and what God has given me. And I know that collectively, we can do this. We can put these in areas where we're represented in an environment that is pro anti-stress, pro anti-meat, pro anti anything that takes away from us being great. We get rid of that and we provide safe places where we can come and eat and have conversations, where we acknowledge our ancestors that went before us, where we acknowledge the greatness that we have built in this country.
Absolutely, that's beautiful.
And I love it. Our client, our customers, they're diverse. We serve every culture, Black, white, Asian, we Muslim. When people come to this door, they come to this door to enjoy Southern vegan cuisine. And there is but at the same time, it allows me to just pay homage to those who made me who I am, to pay homage to the contributions. What we know as soul food was created by slaves. They took the most undesirable parts of animals and they made delicacies from it. So I don't want to slam the door in their face. They did what they had to do to make a way out of no way. I want to acknowledge that. But I want to say when we know better, we do better. So let's veganize those things that our comfort is attached to so that we can live longer. You know, the life expectancy of an African American male is 55 years old. People living to be 100. Why Black men dying at 55? We got to fix that. Those are our kings. Those are our pillars. And the number one reason is heart disease. So the numbers don't lie. I think somebody told me today, the numbers don't lie, but liars write numbers. I don't know. The numbers don't lie. We got to do what we have to do to live longer. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And who would you say your staff is right now?
My husband, we're here every day. We are here together. Mommy comes and bakes the cakes. Our 16-year-old is a waitress / manager. She like is learning the front end part of things. Her two best friends, Eli and Alyssa, and they are her best friends. We like to add them on. We have 7 kids, but we always call them 8 and 9 because my husband mentors Eli as the male figure, and Alyssa we fed her long enough. She's starting to look like us. So it's family. We have a chef that's been here with us since the beginning. He works here part-time on a weekend. That has become family. We have a manager who kind of like oversees the front end, and we have a volunteer who's been volunteering for 9 months. She comes here as the host. She books all of our entertainment, and she comes and she hosts and greets everybody on a volunteer. She's not paid. She is a part of our family. Did I say the dishwasher? We have a very funny dishwasher that comes in on the weekend, and he is a riot. And we recently just gained another chef that I am mentoring, who is a vegan. His family has always been constant supporters. He wants to own his own vegan restaurant, so he's working under my mentorship that I see great things for. This young man is passionate, eager, responsible, timely, all those good things you could say about a person. He has all those characteristics.
Cool. How has the boujee segment affected your mom's life?
So mom has been with us. Do I have to start?
Yeah.
Okay. So about 16 years ago, I got ill with cancer, and my mom packed up everything, moved from Chicago, and moved to North Carolina with nothing more than a U-Haul truck. And she's been with us ever since, helping me child rear, even during the transition from active duty to civilian status. She's been there. She's been a huge support to me and my husband and for my children. As this restaurant began to manifest, I had been homebound for a couple years, and immediately when I told her I wanted to do this, she said, I'm gonna find a way to help because I want you to be you again. I want you to be back out there in the world. So being in the kitchen with me, providing support while baking the most delicious vegan cakes one could ever buy has helped me. But the restaurant has helped her because mom has been a cake decorator for Walmart for more than 15 years. But for the first time in her life, she has a business that's hers. She is the vegan cake boss in the Bougie Southerner, and she loves it. She wakes up, she works 7 days a week, and she's crippled. And she stands the whole entire time making these cakes, and she just has this great sense of pride for what she do. She has a desire, even at her age, to learn new techniques of baking, and just seeing the pride that it gives to her of ownership, the pride of having her own. Yes, she's been baking cakes and Walmart has paid her and she's did her time on the clock, but here she is her own boss. Here she creates her own recipes. Here she creates something from her heart and she serves it, and our customers love, and it gives her a sense of gratitude, a sense of fulfillment. So I admire her tenacity to jump out there and get out of her comfort zone to learn to make vegan treats and do it well while supporting me and being in the kitchen, making sure that when I'm having a panic attack, she's there to just say, Tara, stop. You're gonna be okay. It's not, so having my mom there it's been amazing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And as a first generation entrepreneur, what advice would you give to somebody who wants to move into the space that you're in?
Get network. I wish we had a first generational entrepreneurship template. Not like I know there's plenty of templates for building a business plan, but there also needs to be a first generational template where people can have step-by-step things. If you're getting ready to get into a brick and mortar, you need someone to review that lease. You need someone who can go through the legalese and say, hey, you're a brand new restaurant. The fifth is not going to work for you, for your rent to be due. You need at least to be able to negotiate those things on the front end before it becomes a problem. We learned the hard way. So through our mistakes, I want the people behind us or other entrepreneurs to learn from our mistakes. This is a hard lesson to learn, but once you know, and I'm sharing the information, now the people who see this will know. So you have this great, huge burning desire to get out there and do and open this business that you kind of neglect. They throw this 27-page lease at you and you like, where do I need to sign? Because even if you took the time to read it, you probably don't understand it or can't comprehend it. It's just not for us. We're not in the real estate realm and we're not lawyers. So it's going to be important, very important, to get someone who can dissect that information and give it to you so you understand it, so that you create operating procedures that are aligned with how you need to be a responsible tenant.
Absolutely. And do you have any closing remarks?
We all have a purpose and a passion. And you know that it's your purpose and your passion when you just can't forget about it. I think I've heard this all my life. My purpose and my passion has always to be a vessel for God. In doing so, in living, there's going to be trials and tribulations, but you can't give up on your purpose and your passion. I'm at a point where it's hard, but I'm going to fight it through all the way through to the finish. I'm going to fight because I know this is what God has called me to do. So it's not going to be easy. I know you see all these 30-second Instagrams and these 10-part TikToks and these posts that make it appear to be easy. It's not. But it's your purpose. That's why God put it in you, because he knew you had what was needed to make it work. Don't give up. Fight for your purpose. Get through the trials and the tribulation. Learn the lessons. But don't give up.
Absolutely.
All right. Whew.
That was great.
Thank you.